Hey everybody, Jeff Stone here with day 66 of the year 2015 at magicreviewed.com. We're looking at Bends by Sean Fields. Bends, coin bender. Very nice looking box. I've already got the gimmick out and played around with it. So in the ad trailer, Sean Fields shows you that and tells you that this is a gimmick that is meant to bend coins. He tells you that right in the ad trailer. So this is one that I've already bent with it. You can see, okay. That's as good as I could get it to be bent. Some of the ones on his video trailer looked better than this, and the ones in the actual DVD looked more bent than this. Let me see if I can hold it that way. There you go. And now I don't think that's false advertising. I think that it's just the clearances and the specs of the gimmick itself. So I'm going to show you, first of all, this is what the idea, and I'm just going to show you how it works so you know exactly what you're getting. You put a coin in here. Now this coin is a $50. It will not fit, so you cannot bend $50 with this. And obviously no silver dollars either, or Eisenhower dollars. But a quarter, just the right size. Okay, it goes in there like that. And then you open the, oh, come back here. So you stick it in there, and then you open it up. And there we go. Just got to kind of balance it a little bit. There. Now once it's in, then all you're going to do is just bend. Let's do it this way so you can see what's going on here. I'm just bending it, putting all my weight in it. Now what's happening, you can see here how the quarter is about ready to slip out of there. And that's what happened on the first one I bent. I was bending. Oh, this one I got a better bend. Oh, and then it did that. See that? Now that's a much better bend there, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's about the same. See that compared to this one? So yeah, this one's a little bit better. But anyway, that's still a really good bend, obviously. You know, that's still a really solid bend. And you know, when you perform this and you end up with a coin that's bent like that, obviously something happened. So of course, but now just realize that there is whatever thing you're bending, if it's the size of it is less than the distance between these two spots when it's open, you won't be able to bend it in there. So for example, a nickel won't work because by the time it gets open, well, you might, I don't know, maybe you can. I didn't actually try it. So let's see. Here's a nickel. I'm going to try to bend it. But as soon as I start getting any kind of a bend, that's going to want to pop out of there, I imagine. Yeah, it's actually, I actually was able to get a good bend on that. And I could probably get a little bit more. So let's try a penny. What do you say? Okay, here's a penny. And yeah, it's not going to cut it. Yeah, it won't. So the nickel's the biggest size you can do. Obviously, a dime's not going to work if a penny won't work. So there you go. You basically, if you need a nickel bender or a quarter bender, this is it. That's all this can bend. Now, it also can bend knives, forks, spoons. So he claims in the video. He actually shows how to bend a knife. And then he says you can bend the head of a spoon. Which end's the head? Is it the bowl or is it the handle? Because I would think if he meant handle, he would have said handle. So I'm kind of assuming that head of the spoon means the bowl. I have no idea how you would use this to bend a bowl of a spoon. I have no clue. So that, and he doesn't show you. He just says you can do it. He says you can also bend the fork tines. Well, if you're doing, typically when you do fork tine bends, you do one at a time. So I've got that jammed in there, and we're going to see. My wife doesn't know I'm doing this. But we're going to see if I can bend that. And yeah, sure enough, look at that. That's pretty sweet. So there you go. A nice good, there you go. A good fork tine bend. I imagine I could just stick all three of them in there and bend them as well. If I wanted to bend the other way, I could flip it upside down, I guess. So I'll have to bend that back before dinner. Anyway, so that's what you're getting. So a couple things I'm a little bit disappointed, I guess is what we'll say. Number one, in the video trailer, he says that this is something you can have on you so you can bend coins real time. I don't know what that means, by what he means by real time. But my assumption was that, you can do it right, during, usually a real-time coin bend. What that means is you actually have the coin and you have some sort of gimmick that's allowing you to, right in front of their eyes, actually bend it. Most coin bend effects, it's a switch, right? You have this one's secretly hidden out and you switch it, you borrow a quarter, then you switch it and you make it look like this one bent. But typically when somebody says real-time coin bend, they mean you have a regular coin that's not bent, and then due to some gimmick or whatever, you're able to bend it right in front of their eyes. And so that's what I assume real-time bend means. My assumption was further supported by the video that you get, which, by the way, it's a download video. It's not a DVD, but it's very good quality and everything. But on the video, he says that there's two ways to use the gimmick. One way is for when you're bending it ahead of time before you get to the table. And the other way is how you do it real time. And again, he just said real time. He didn't say what real time meant. But if one way is the way you do it before you get to the table, and the other way is real time, I think that matches my assumption that real time means during the performance while you're, right in front of them, basically. So he shows you how to handle the gimmick, and he gets he gets into this weird position. Let me put the coin back in here. This way, I think, yeah. He gets into this weird position where he's holding the coin like this and hiding the key, and then showing a bend, which it pops out at this point because it's already bent, right? But it's showing a bend where you're apparently only holding the quarter, and he's showing here's the real-time handling. So due to the fact that he's holding the gimmick in such a way that you're hiding the gimmick, as opposed to the non-real-time bend, which is where you just are secretly in a corner somewhere and you just very openly bend it. So he's saying the real-time one is this weird handling where you hold it and you don't see the gimmick, you just see the coin. So to me, it sounds like real-time bending means doing it while the spectator's watching. That's what it means to me, based on the ad copy and based on what he said in the video. It seems like that's what he's saying. Fine, let's go with that. He never shows you how do you get into that position. I mean, it's not like you can sit here and somehow secretly, while everybody's watching, have this thing in your hand and load a quarter in it and then get it open. And I don't know how to do that, and he doesn't teach that. And I don't see, there's no method that seems apparent of how you would get into that position. So that's never taught in the video. That was a little bit annoying. Same thing with the spoon. Not taught what he meant by bending the head of a spoon. I have no idea what that means. And I'm not criticizing his choice of words that, he called it a head. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you just showed us what you're talking about, then we wouldn't have this conversation. So that was a little bit frustrating. But other than that, I mean, this thing will bend a quarter. And it bends it pretty darn good. And if you need a quarter bender that's portable, this is it. Now, he talks about carrying this on your keychain so you can have it ready whenever, but you have to take it off the keychain to use it. You can't use it while it's on your keychain. So I guess the idea is it's always on your keychain so that when you're out and about, you get into a situation where this is good, this party here maybe, and you're not like doing a gig, you're just at a party or something, and you're like, maybe I can do a couple coin bends here. Well, let me go off to the bathroom real quick and take this off my keychain, bend a coin, have it in my pocket. And then you come back, you borrow a quarter, and you do the bend, and then, they keep the bent coin, you keep their coin that's still not bent. And now you've done an effect where you've apparently bent their borrowed coin. And then if you want to do it again to somebody else, you just take that coin that you just got from the spectator, you go secretly bend it with your gimmick, and then you can, rinse and repeat, right? So that's kind of the idea of this thing. There's one other thing in the ad copy that I didn't understand what he's talking about. He says, he's talking about why this is better than like pliers and other methods. And he says, with the coin bender, with the Ben's coin bender, the coins are bent well in advance of the performance. Right. Same with pliers. I mean, I bend the coin well in advance of the performance with pliers. So I'm not sure what that means. Now, granted, with the pliers, you got to get like your shop rag out, and you got to get 2 pairs of pliers and wrap the coin up with a rag and bend it so you don't, you know, mark up the coin and everything. So yeah, I get that this is more convenient than that, but if you're worried about having it done well in advance, then you don't need this. You just, I mean, you need a hammer and a, you know, and a door jam, and a, what do you call it, a vise, you know, or whatever, if you're doing it well in advance. So this, to me, this isn't about doing it well in advance. This is doing it seconds in advance. And this one does leave a little mark on your, on the coin, but they have a little quick segment showing you how to just put black electrical tape in here to cover up the metal, and then it bends just fine and it doesn't leave a mark on the coin. So that's what you're getting. Ad copy integrity is good. You know, I think this coin looks pretty darn close to the kind of bend that Sean Fields had on the ad trailer. The only thing that's a little bit of an issue with the ad copy is where they say real time, and they didn't define what that was, and based on the video, the definition seems to be doing it in front of the spectator, which he never teaches. So that would lead me to say that there's something in the ad trailer that's not taught on the video. So that's a little bit of a problem. And then there's something on the video that's not taught on the video, which is bending the head of a spoon, because he never says what a head is. I'm not sure what he means by that, and he never shows us how to do it. So other than those two little things, and if you don't mind being talked down to as if you are in preschool, like the entire video, he's so patronizing, man. If you don't mind that, go watch the ad trailer. You kind of get a sense of it. But anyway, that aside, that doesn't really affect the product rating, but it was annoying. So the main two things that gave this a hit were this real-time business and the spoon head business. Other than that, this is a solid product. Just know that what you're getting is something that can only bend a quarter, as far as coins go, only bend a quarter or a nickel, and the nickel's even pushing it a little bit, but I was able to get a bend on that. So if you need to bend any other coin, this will not work. If you need to bend other objects, like a key will fit right in there. He doesn't show you how to bend the key, but it's pretty intuitive. But he just talks about the fact that it can you can bend a key with it. He did show you how to bend a knife. You know, he says little small nails and spikes and things like that can be bent in here. I didn't test any of that, but this thing's pretty strong, so I imagine that's the case. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about, that hinge is just, this is just kind of this rubber, what do you call that stuff that you dip your tools in, that rubbery, grippy stuff? It's like liquid stuff. Anyway, this is that kind of material, and I'd just be afraid that that's going to break one day, you know. But so far it seems pretty sturdy, but I'm not going to test it out. Other than that, it's a pretty solid product. I gave it 4 stars. Stone says it's a gem. I'm going to shut up, stop rambling. You're going to like this video. Subscribe to my channel and listen to the random iTunes song of the moment, which is, oh yeah, Metallica. We haven't had Metallica for a while. This is the title track from And Justice for All. And Justice for All. Beautiful guitar there. And then it gets all grungy and heavy in a minute. Anyway, as y'all know, I'm a big fan of Metallica. So I'm glad that one popped up. Whew. So tune in tomorrow, day 67, where we are reviewing Wishbone, Paul Harris, and Bro Gilbert. Bro Gilbert. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. Thank you.